Just now started recording from my end, Karthik.
Okay, great, sure. So here, as I was telling, this program is all about Excel problems and how this MS Access is going to help us. So check this out. I have one raw data. This is one of the one company's related data where they have the data like this, like multiple columns they have. I'll remove the filters, not required. Customer ID, customer name, the first name, full name, many things, many columns we have, which region, which state. There are around 28 columns we have, um, and the number of records in this sheet is all 1320. Just for the argument's sake, example sake, I have taken some 1300 records, but real time they will be having the lakhs of records. Yeah. So this is the 2015 data, like I can show you here. And let me apply the filter. The order date, if you see all the 2015, Jan, Feb, March, and all, only 2015. So the 2015 data is around in lakhs. Let's assume this is in the 5 lakhs. 2016 again it will be more than 5 lakhs, and 2016, 17, 18, 19 like this they'll be having the lakhs of records. So Excel has a limitation that it can have up to 10 lakhs 48,576 only, the 2 to the power of 20. But whereas like I have the lakhs of records, until unless I consolidate all these records into one data set, I cannot insert the pivot table. I cannot analyze the data. I cannot summarize the data. So this is a problem I'm facing. So being a access expert, what is the solution you are going to show? So here, I have the 2016, 17, 18, 19, all the data set is the same. You see this, once I open this 2016, field names, everything is the same. The number of rows vary. Here also we have the same 28 columns. So this is what the data set I have. I need to append all of them into one so that I can insert my pivot table, or I can analyze the data with this. So could you please help us with this problem?
Sure, Karthik. As discussed earlier in this call, I'm going to show how to append the data, taking from the data from this Excel sheets.
Okay.
Let me share my screen so that I can show
Sure.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you are able to share your screen.
Yes. Let me share. Let me know once you are able to see my screen so that
Yes.
I can.
Yes, we are able to see the your screen now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the same data which you have shown to me as of now. Okay. First of all, I need to open Access file. Then only I can import the data to Access, and I can append the data from 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19. I can append. I will show you how to open MS Access.
Okay.
First of all, go to Start,
Okay.
type Access. Okay, click on Enter.
Okay.
Okay. I'm selecting a blank database over here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm providing a name for this file. Okay, and I can choose anywhere I can store this file. As of now, I'm going to select the
Yeah.
desktop and click on OK. Create
Okay.
it. Okay, now my Access file got created. Just a
Yeah.
second.
Access is default application, or we should
Yeah.
install something in?
MS Access is a part of the Access is a part of the MS Office. So just like Excel, Word, PPT, MS Access also is a part of the MS Office applications. So nothing but if you have the MS Office, by default, MS Access also should be there in
Yeah,
most of the Office applications.
yeah. If you are using 2010 or 13, by default it will be there. In 2016 and 19, right? Depending upon the package which you bought from the Microsoft, right? Based on the package, Access will be provided.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, whenever you open Access, this is an Access application. It will look like this. When you open, by default, one will be created. I'm closing this file. I mean to say, I'm closing this object. In Access, we will call everything as an object. So for example, if you take Excel, you have a sheets, right? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, like that, right? Like that in Access, we have a tables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. You can rename it. Whatever you want, you can provide it.
Yeah.
Okay, by default table 1 will be created, but I had closed that one without saving it. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, we
Yeah.
are able to.
Now I would like to upload the data which is related to 2015 over here.
Correct.
Before uploading any data, I should require a table, right?
Correct.
Without having a table, I can't import any data. But Excel has a feature that here external data tab is there, okay, where you can select new data source. In this, from new data source, go to from file, select Excel. Okay.
Yeah.
Here it is showing the default path of the file. Okay, but I'm going to select my location. My files are present in desktop data skills, somewhere it is there. I'm copying this path. Okay,
Okay.
going back to my open position, enter. Okay, it is showing all the files which are present in that folder. Now I'm going to select raw data 2015.xlsx. Okay, click open. Here two different options are there. As of now, we are going to talk about only the first option, that is import the source data into a new table in the current database. Okay, by default it got selected. Just click OK. Okay, here it is telling that first row contains column headings and it got checked. Okay, my table has a already has a field names, right? I mean to say table headers. Just I'm clicking on next. Don't do anything. As of now, you can ignore these things. Here select no primary key. Next, here it is asking that import to table sheet 1. Actually, when I open that Excel file, you will able to see only the sheet 1. That is the reason it is by default it is taking the sheet name as table name over here. If you want, you can change it. Otherwise, you can ignore as it is. As of now, I would like to append all the data from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 to into one table, right? That is the reason I would like to make it as a source data or something like, or else a transactional data.
Okay. Okay.
Transactional data. Okay, I'm giving the table name as a transactional data. Click on finish. Just close this one. Okay, see here one table got created. If you want to see the data which is present in the table, just double click on this. See, whatever the data present in that Excel, automatically everything got imported over here. See here 13, 19 records are there. If you open that particular Excel, I'm going to open that.
Yeah.
I'm going to the last row. See, it is showing as 1320. Header is one record, right? That is the reason 1319 is the total records which are present in my Excel workbook. Okay. After that, I would like to import another data here. Before importing, just I want to check only the data present in this table is, Karthik.
Sorry for interruption. Like we are able to see still Excel file itself. Right now it is open. There is a lag in between like what you are showing and what you are talking. So I think there is some delay in it. So
Okay.
little slow so that it may match. Yeah. So till now what we have done is like from Excel we imported the data to this Access file, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
Just
you're
now I'm
showing
checking.
that
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. The 1319 records has been imported. Up to here, I think it is clear.
Imported data of first file.
Yeah.
Yes,
first file.
only first file. Correct. Yeah.
So if you go to external data, new data source, right? And then
Yes. Yeah. External data, new data source.
Yes.
Yeah. From file, you need to select the Excel. Why? Because you are importing data from the Excel spreadsheet, right? That is the reason you need to select that option.
Okay.
Now, are you able to see my Access file?
Sorry, I see Excel logo also there. So can we directly click on Excel instead of going to new data source?
That is export instead of import.
This is export
Okay.
option.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there are two. This is an import and link group. This is an export group. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm selecting the order date. See here, all the records are related to 2015 only. I'm able to see now. Okay. Once again, I want to append the data with the 2016 data. Before importing, just I'm closing this table. Okay. Just I'm right click and close.
Okay.
The same steps. What we have done for 2015, I'm going to do repeat for the 2016 as well. If you have any doubts, just carefully see. I'm going to do the same step by step. From file.
Correct.
Excel.
Correct.
Okay. Earlier I have given the path, right? By default, it has taken the same path. Okay. No need to change. If you want, you can change it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I need to select the file. Earlier I have selected 2015. Now I'm going to select the 2016 file. Okay, I
Great.
have selected it. Click on open.
Okay.
Earlier, I was able to see only the 2 options over here, but now I have 3 options.
Yeah.
First
Correct.
one is the import the source data into a new table in the current database.
Yeah.
The new option got added is append a copy of the records to the table. Why? Because earlier in Axis, I don't have any tables to import. That is the reason this second option is not available at that time. But now I have a one table present in Axis, right? That is the reason second question got popped up over here. But in this case, I want to append the data, right? That is the reason I'm selecting the
Correct.
new option. Append a copy of the records to the table. This is a drop down where you can see all the tables present in this database.
Correct.
Okay, as of now I have only one table. That is the reason it got selected by default. I'm leaving as it is. Click on OK. Okay, already in my current table already column names are there, right? That is the reason now this option got disabled. Okay, just I need to click on next. See, it is asking the table name, import to table. Here it is showing as a transactional underscore data. Okay, can I able to change this table name? No. Why? Because I'm appending the data to the existing table, right? That is the reason I can't change it over here now. Okay, click on finish.
Yeah.
Just close this window.
Yeah.
Reopen the transactional data. Just
So
I'm
how to
going
reopen that?
just double click on the double click on the table.
Fine.
Right click, open, or else just double click it. Okay, it will be shown.
Yeah. Double click, it will open all the
Yes.
table. Yeah.
Just I'm scrolling to right side to see order data, whether 2016 data got imported or not. Just I'm checking it out.
Okay.
See, 2016 data is also there. 2015 data is also there. At the bottom, you can see one of 2,599 records are there. Earlier, it is around 1,300 records. Now it is 2,500. Yeah, it is
Correct.
nearly 2,500 plus records are there. That means we have successfully imported the data over here.
Correct. Agree.
So far, any doubts over here? How to import a data over here?
Yeah, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
What is the third option?
Third option means?
While importing the
That he will tell. Like till now, whatever we discussed, in that any question?
no.
Yeah, actually, this append is getting done based on the records. If city is placed, first Excel is if city is having at the first place, and second Excel city is in the last place, means it will append anywhere also.
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah.
Good question. Yeah,
That's a good question.
Yeah, I will show you that that example as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And then next, we have another 3 files, right? In one of the file, it is there that issue is there. We can see how the data is getting appended. Okay.
Yeah, and Abdul also asking that like in Excel we have the 10 lakhs rows, nothing but 10 lakhs 48,576 rows. Is there any limit for the MS Access? He's asking in the chat box. So yeah,
actually here there is no limit for records, how many records are there, but it has a limit like size. Access can handle up to 2 GB of data.
2 GB. Oh, 2 GB is a very
2 GB,
huge.
yeah. It's a 2 GB of data. It's not related to 1 record or 2 records or 1 million records. It's about size. 2 GB, it can handle it. For example, in one record, if you attach a document, Word document, Excel document with has a 500 GB or something like that, first record itself, it is gone. Okay, it's related to size, not on the records.
So in to make it simple, like see if we have the data like this, we can have the crores of records also in MS Access, because that size is not these are not big size. These Excel files, they are in the MBs, so it should able to get all the crores of records also within the one MS Access file. Correct, Girish?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, just I'm
Abdul,
closing.
I hope that question is answered. Abdul, yeah.
Yeah, I'm closing this table. We'll import one more time the data from another Excel file. Okay. Now so far we have seen.
Is it necessary to?
Yeah, tell me.
Is it necessary to close the table before appending the data?
Yes. Why? Because you are updating the data which is active, right?
Okay.
It will throw an error. Okay. If you do that, it is going to throw an error. Please close the object.
So it is necessary that we should close it and then append.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. As of now, 2 files. First file we imported. Second file we appended. By using import only, we have appended the data, right? I would like to do the same procedure, but in a different way. Okay, now so far we
Yeah,
gone into
okay.
external data, after that new data source from file and Excel, right? Instead of that thing, what I'm going to do
Correct.
is I'm selecting on the transactional data table, right click.
Okay.
Here import
Import.
option is there. From import
Correct.
I'm selecting Excel.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
different
Oh,
way of navigation, that's all. The
okay.
window
Only navigation
it's a
change.
navigation change, that's all.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here again I'm going to select the file, right? New file, browse. I'm
Yeah.
going to select the third file,
Okay.
open. Okay, the same thing, append.
2017 you selected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, append a copy of the records to the table,
Correct.
click OK, next, finish,
Okay.
just close it.
Okay. Sorry, sir. I
Yes,
have a question here.
yeah,
So if I append the same file name again, so will it take a duplicate? Take it as
yes,
duplicate, or it will show an error?
it will take a duplicate data because you
Oh,
are importing the data, right? We are not verifying
yeah.
whether the record is there or not. If you want to do that thing, right, we need to write some macros. How you are going to write in Excel, we need to write a macros. Just while importing, you need to verify that record is there or not. Like that, you need to do it.
Okay, sir.
It's an
So we
advanced
have to
level.
make
Yeah.
sure we have to be
Yes.
careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a one-time task. So
Yeah.
at that time, we need to be careful while we are selecting the that files. So
Okay.
till now, we are imported the 3 files. I mean, like for first file, we appended the 2 more files. Correct, Girish?
Yes. Just I'm verifying whether my data got uploaded or not. I went to
Okay.
the order date column. Just I'm
Okay.
seeing. See, I'm not able to see the filters over here. Why? Because it has too much of data, right? Just I can apply the filters if you want. Okay. But by see here earlier we have records around 2,500, right? Now it
Correct.
is showing 3,863. That means
Correct.
data got added.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or else you can scroll down and you can see whether the 2017 data is there or not. See,
Yeah.
2017 data is there.
Yeah.
Sir, can we
Yes.
also see what are the files we have selected for this thing? Like what are the
Uh,
files we appended, like properties?
No,
We cannot
no,
see.
no,
Okay.
no. In that case, if you want, you can add a column in that particular sheet and you can have that sheet file name as well, right? So that when you import by seeing the names itself, you can identify whether that file got imported or not.
Yeah. So why was I asking this question? Means if by mistakenly I've
Yes,
added
I got you.
same
Yeah.
file again,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I
yes.
can check, right? So that's
Yes.
it. Okay.
Okay. I'm closing now. I would like to import one more data.
Yeah.
Click
It is not
Excel.
closed. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we are able to see that
Yeah.
close. Yes.
Okay, I'm selecting 2018 file now.
Okay.
Click on open. Append a copy of the records to the table, transactional data. Click OK one more time.
Yeah.
The same steps,
Okay.
finish. See, now I'm getting some error.
Oh, yeah.
Are you able to see the error? I mean to say some notification it is showing.
Correct.
Import spreadsheet wizard, that is the title of that error. And the message is field phone number hash does not exist in the destination table. And the table name is transactional data. My
Okay.
table name is as a transactional data, and it is telling that field phone number hash does not exist in the destination table.
Okay. Okay.
We need to check and we need to resolve the issue. What happened exactly? Okay.
Correct.
I'm clicking
Correct.
on OK. OK. Cancel. That means
Okay.
that whatever the
That
I did
append is
imported
not completed.
not completed. Okay. It got cancelled.
Yeah.
To view the field names,
Clear.
whenever you double click, right, you are able to see the column names and the data, right? That
Correct.
means it is looking
Correct.
like a normal Excel spreadsheet, right? First one is a column header, and the second from the second row onwards, these are the records, right?
Correct. Correct.
But in Axis, what we called is first row. I mean to say the column headers, we will call it as a field names,
Field
and
name.
these are the transactional data, right? These are the rows.
Correct.
Okay, these are the
Okay.
fields. Okay, we will
Okay.
call in Axis, these are the field names, these are the rows. Okay,
Okay.
first of
Okay.
all, I need to check whether do I have the phone number column is there or not, because the error is throwing that phone number does not exist, right? If you want to
Yeah.
see, there are two different ways to see the data. In this view also, I'm able to see the phone number. It is showing as a phone number, right? Over here, phone number
Correct.
column is
Correct.
there, even though
Correct.
it is throwing an error. It might
Yeah.
be a problem in my Excel. Just I'm going to open that Excel file.
Yeah.
This is a 2018 file, right? I'm opening it.
Yeah.
Here I need to check whether do I have the phone number column or not. Okay.
Okay.
Here it is there. See, in this phone number, are you able to see my Excel?
Now we are able to.
Okay, sorry guys. Yeah. Here, the phone number, it is having phone number dot.
Dot. Yeah.
At
Correct.
the end, dot is there, but in
Correct.
my Axis file, the field name is showing it as a only phone number. That is a difference. That is the reason it is not allowing to import the data.
Nothing but that phone number column field name is not matching. That one dot is
Yes.
extra. Correct.
Yes.
Nothing but
Yes.
that header name should match.
Match.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. What I'm going to do is to resolve this issue. Okay.
It showed the error as phone number hash.
Yeah. By default, it is going to show it as a hash at the end.
Hash. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here, what I'm going to do is I opened that Excel, right? I'm renaming that phone number dot to just a phone number.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Just I'm saving this Excel file and closing this. Okay. Again, just I'm closing this table.
We did not see that, but yeah, now we are able to see that phone number, that dot extra dot you removed from the column K, that header name, and
Yes.
you save that file and closed it. Okay.
Yes.
Clear.
Yes. Okay. One more time doing the import. Right click on the table, transactional
Okay.
data, selecting import. After that Excel.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now I'm going to select 2018 file.
Yeah. Once again.
Open. Append a copy of the records to the table.
Correct.
Transactional data. Click OK. Next. Finish. See, now I did not receive any error and it got successfully imported.
Yeah.
I'm going to open the file. I'm going to see how many records are there now. Now it is showing 5,145 records are there in my Access database.
Yeah.
Earlier it is around 3,000 change, right? Now it is 5,000 change. It is there. That means
Correct.
data got added successfully.
Yeah.
Sir, one quick question before
Yes.
we move on, right?
Yeah.
I'll just quickly close it out. So now suppose we'll use this when we have a huge data set, right? And
Yes.
because it's a column name or field name, so it's very easy for us to find out if
Yeah.
there's a dot, right?
Yes.
What if in between of this data set somewhere there's a format issue? Suppose we have mobile number, phone number, if you see it's like 385-576-7783, right?
Yes.
Suppose one of the mobile number have dot in some between.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Good
how to
question.
find that?
Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Actually, whenever you are creating any table, actually here the table, how we have created this table is by importing data from Excel, right? Usually any database, not only this Access, throughout the world, whatever the database you take, actually by default, first of all, we need to create a table in a way that create here table is there, right? By using the table design, you need to create a table. After that, you need to import the data. Actually, in this case, we have imported the data, right? For this, if you right click on this transactional data, go to design view. See here, I told you, right? In column header, column headers, which we called in Excel, here we will call it as a field name. Here, these are the field names. For this field name, what is the data type over here? For example, in this case, your question is in phone number. Instead of hyphen, you said that some dot or something, it is there. Okay. But when we are importing data to this Access file, see the phone number, we are taking it as a short text. Text means whether it is a number, special character, whatever you provide, it is going to accept it. It won't check anything because it's a short text. For example, if in this case, date of birth, if it is the data type is selected as a date and time, date or time. If you are not providing date or time, then that record will be skipped and other records will be uploaded. At that time, you will get a notification that some issue has there in particular records. You need to update it one more time. You need to go manually into that Excel and you need to find out where exactly that issue is there. That records will be skipped while importing. See, for each and every field name, we have a data types. Yes, remaining records will be uploaded. Only the issue records will be skipped. See, while creating any fields, right? That means the column headers, you need to define a data type. By default, if it is not able to understand it, by default, it is going to take a short text. If you know that in customer ID, you will get only the numbers, you need to choose only numbers, number or large number. Okay, so that only numbers will be allowed. Other records which are not equivalent to numbers, that records will be skipped while importing. Okay, I'm closing
Okay,
this.
sir.
Yes.
Instead of removing the dot from the Excel file, we
Mhm.
can put the dot over here and we can
Yes,
import
yes,
it again,
yes,
right?
yes, we can
That
import
will
it.
also work.
Yeah, yes, because it is checking that whether the column name in the table and the column name present in the Excel should match. Wherever you want, you can change it, not an issue. Because if you see in my example, out of 4 Excel files, 3 Excel files doesn't have a dot. Fourth file, it is having a dot, right?
Correct.
I don't know, and rest other files is having a dot or don't know. That is the reason.
Yeah.
Easiest way is just I modified in the Excel.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That consistency we need to follow. Whether you want
Yes.
to keep
Yeah.
that dot in all the places, whether you don't want to keep that, so it's up to us.
Yeah.
But it should be everywhere consistently, like the column name should be there.
Yes. Earlier, someone asked some question, right? If I move my city names to somewhere else, okay. For example, in earlier Excel file, my phone number is somewhere at around O or P column, right? See, in this template, in this Excel file, my phone numbers
yeah,
are present in A column.
Okay. Okay. Now we
See?
are able to see this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Phone number column is at A column.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
have a dot here again.
Yes. If I import this file, again, it is going to throw an error, right? I have opened
Yeah.
it. I know that error is going to come. That is the reason just I'm removing that dot. Okay. I'm saving this file. Okay. Here, my phone number column is there. I'm closing this Excel file.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Axis one more time. Okay. Either ways, go to external data or else right click. You can do anything.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to external data, new data source, Excel. I'm going to select the new file 2019. Click open. Append a copy of the records. Click OK. Next. Finish. See, I did not receive any error. We'll see. Actually, my phone number now is in the first column, right?
Correct. Correct.
We may think that phone number will come in first column. I'm going to last record of my Access file. See, it is showing C only. I mean to say customer ID only it is showing. Phone numbers present in the phone number column only.
Yeah.
Where is the phone
So
number?
nothing but
Yeah,
this is
the-
really great. Like
See, phone number is in the first column now over here in my left side. See, order date is 2019. 2019, even though my columns are in different positions also, Axis is handling it.
this is really good. Like I mean, like if it is a Excel way, also we can append, we can consolidate, but that column headers need to be the same. If it is not the same, we used to find it where is that column. We need to copy multiple times, paste it, and all. That macro code will be little bigger one, little complex. But here
Yes.
we need not to take in. I mean, that header names if it is matching, it is taken care about that consolidation, that appending part. So I need
Yes.
not to worry where that position is. That's really cool.
Yes, Karthik. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi sir, this is Mohan. Hello.
Yeah, Mohan. Yeah, tell me.
Actually, I have a small doubt. If I importing the same file,
Mhm.
but for the customer ID, I have provided the primary key in design mode, table design mode. So
Okay.
it will take the same Excel file importing twice.
It won't take because you have set the primary key, right? That record will be
So
skipped.
it won't take the duplicate
Yes.
data.
It won't take.
So out of I have imported 1000, if 500 files are there, remaining 500 files are importing, or total sheet will be.
No. Remaining 500 will be taken up.
We get any message
Yes,
for
yes, you
that
will get.
one?
Yeah. When you are importing any data to Axis, right? It will check how many records are present in the source data. While importing, how many records are skipped, it is going to give a notification. This many number of records got skipped.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So in our case, like that customer ID can be duplicate. It may repeat
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yes.
Let's assume that is a transactional data. He might coming to us for purchasing some items. So he may come multiple times. So that records are be required, and that can be a duplicate. So we are just appending. So we don't
Yes.
want any primary key in this case. Correct.
Yes. Okay.
And in design view, we saw that short text and long text. Any length limitation is there?
Yes, yes, it is there. Yeah. Short text means it is going to allow till 255 characters. If you want to allow more than 255, then you need to select the long text.
So if my Excel is having one Excel is having 255 characters and another Excel is having 256 characters, and using short text, if I import that only 255 characters
will be imported. Yes, rest characters will be skipped.
Okay then.
Will the characters be skipped, or that file will not be imported?
No. Characters will be skipped. Characters will be skipped.
Okay, so how do we come to know that, we will not know that the characters are extra in that particular Excel file. If we are not knowing, then we are not even getting the error that it is doing
Actually,
this,
whenever you
skipping some character.
whenever you are going to create a table, right, you know that in this particular field, how many characters are you are going to allow. Why? Because it's not a free text, right? For example, if you take any web page or else anything, wherever you are entering, they will restrict. It should allow only 255 characters. It can allow more than 255, like that, right? If you know that this field might come more than 255, then you need to select as a long text or large text, whatever it is.
Correct.
But when we are importing data, sir, like in the first table when we imported it, we did not know anything, and it created the fields by itself, and it gave the description also by itself. So we did not change anything in that. So it is by default taking all the fields, and it is setting something accordingly what the data is provided to it.
It has Microsoft has involved some AI based on the data present in that first. I mean to say, for the first time when you import the data, right? In each and every column, it is going to check what is the data type. For example, it is having a number and the data. I mean to say, number and the text. It will convert it as a short text. Even if the characters are more than 255 characters, then it will take. That means it is going to verify each and every record, what is the max, what is the data type it can choose. It will choose and it will create a table for you.
Okay.
Based on the first.
And after that, if we want to change, we can.
Yes, you can change it. Yes, you can change whenever you want. You can change it. For example, if I want to modify anything, right? Go to design view, and you can change from short text to whatever you want, large number or long text, whatever you want. You can change it.
Okay, so when we change it, the previous records will not change, and the next records for it will change, or how it will
from
be?
next records only it is going to allow you, because already the data is present, right? For example, if you are converting from number to text, okay, it is possible. But if you are converting from text to number, it is not possible. It won't allow you to change itself. For example, in this case, this is a customer ID. Okay, for example, let me open. This is a number, right? This field completely, it's a number, SSN. Okay, I can convert this. Go to design view, SSN. It's a short text. Now I can convert to number.
You're unable to see the screen yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now we are able to see that.
Yeah.
SSN, the social security number.
Yes.
I changed it as short text.
Short text. Now I modified it as a number, and I click on save. I try to save this design. Okay. It is telling that some data may be lost. The size of one or more fields can be changed to a short size. If data is lost, validation rules, it is going to throw an error. If you make it as an S, right? See, the content of the field is 6,425 records were deleted. Do you want to proceed anyway? Why? Because I am converting the text to number, and it is not in the design pattern. That is the reason it is going to delete that records, or else it is throwing an error. Do you want to proceed anyway?
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah. Okay, actually in Excel, however you want, you can change it, right? But in Axis, for each and every field, you need to, before creating any table, right, you need to set some rules and regulations, like what is the data type, how much it can take. For example, if you take a number, right, it will be an integer, byte, like that you can define. But if it is a less than 255 characters, you can choose short text, long text. Before creating the table itself, you need to have some design around that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, will you please share this recording, sir? After the
We'll be doing it. We'll be doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So till now, what exactly we are trying to do is we are trying to import all the 5 files into one MS Access file. one MS access the database.
Yes.
So why we are doing it instead of Excel is like you may have thousands of lakhs of records, still MS Access can handle it. Whereas Excel has a limitation of some number of rows are limited to 1 million change, right? So that is
Yes.
the reason we are getting the data, importing the data into MS Access. So we hope up to here it is a clear.
So one like the row number is not displayed. So how do we come to know that how many rows are already like the number of
The
records in
bottom,
this?
yeah, the
Here, if
bottom you
you
see
see the
that record.
bottom right, above the status bar,
Okay,
I
okay,
place
sir.
my cursor. Yeah. For example, if I'm selecting this row, I
Yeah, I
don't
got
know
it.
16 of 6,425. Yeah. Sorry, Karthik, you can
Okay,
continue.
I got it.
Yeah, please go ahead, Girish. Yeah.
Done.
So
I'm done. Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, can you please save this MS Access file, Girish?
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, we already saved it
Yeah.
because without saving it, we cannot create MS Access. It is
Yeah.
not like
One
Excel,
more
right?
thing.
Yeah,
One more thing in Access, right? Whatever you do, the changes by default, it is going to save automatically. For example, if I am changing this F to M, right? If I just close, right, automatically this record will be updated without no need to do any
okay,
save. Okay, automatically it will be saved. Why? Because while opening the file itself, you have given the path and the location after the file name, right? Automatically saved.
okay.
Okay, still you want, you can do the save, no issues. Yeah.
Sir, one quick question.
Yes.
Actually, I have not come across more than 10 lakhs row, right? So I just have a, I'm not sure if it is possible. I think in Power Query, we can handle more than 10 lakhs row, right?
Correct. Yes, we can. Correct.
So what is the
So
difference?
that is a good question you asked. So why you are showing me this MS Access when I have the latest version of Excel where I can use the Power Pivot or Power Query where it can handle the 100 million rows also happily. The thing is, let's assume I'm using the old version. That old version, let's say 2007 version I am using. In the 2007, you don't have the Power Query.
Correct. Huh?
Correct, like in the like even people, some people are using the 2016 also, they may not have that Power Query because of the version they are using it. Let's say if it is standalone, if it is a student version, they don't find the Power Query. That Power Query will be there in the professional plus Microsoft 365 and all, not all the versions. I mean, within the 2016, within the 2013 also, there will be different variations will be there. So it depends on your package, that Power Query is there or not, it depends. So, so here, whereas MS Access, it is there in the 2007, 10, 13, 16, 19, in the before 2007 also, we have the MS Access.
Yes.
So that is the reason we are going with the MS Access.
Achha.
So that compatibility is there, whichever the version.
This is an alternate solution. If you don't have if you don't see Power Query, right? If you have an access, you can do by using this.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And one more, if you want going to this deep, if you want to see more detailed one. So let's say like here in this example, what we have seen is uh, that fifth file, the sequence is not the same. Correct? The phone number earlier in all the first four files, the phone number somewhere in the column row it was, but whereas in the fifth file, it is in the first file. Sorry, first column. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Girish is opening. Thanks, Girish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is a old file where we have the
yeah,
phone
yeah.
number at a K column, but in the 2019 file, that column is at A. I mean to say phone number is at A column. See
Yeah.
here,
So
2019 file, it is in A column. If you go to 2018 file, it is in K column. Even though I was able to successfully upload the data without moving the columns.
yeah, if you have the dot extra one and all, here happily it is showing that error. We are able to modify that. But if you're in the Power Query, what it will do is that phone number without dot, it will take it as a one column. Phone number with the dot, it will take the another column. So that's how it is going to append. In the Power Query also, we have the option of append. But this is the problem we are going to face it in the Power Query. But if it is MS Access, this way we can solve that issue. So is that clear, Manas?
Yeah, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, Girish, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, yeah. I'm closing these two Excel files. Okay.
Yeah.
We have, yeah. Karthik, can you explain the
So
issue?
the second problem in Excel, I am going to show you. Girish, let me share my screen. Then you can continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, this is a little tricky one. I try to understand. So as it is a little tricky, like we try to make it a small data set, but someone is having the similar requirement. He is our client. He's from the Gujarat, so he's having the crores of records. He's having the two tables. All are mobile numbers. So here, all that mobile numbers is stored in the multiple columns. Crores of mobile numbers he's having. So he cannot keep all the crores of record mobile numbers in the one column itself. So he kept it in the multiple columns. So here is the one column, second column, third column, up to 50 columns is maintaining. In each column is maintaining the some 10 lakhs mobile numbers. So okay, let it be that. So here you see there are some mobile numbers I have. Assume that this table has a old table we call it. So nothing but his own data set, and every month or every week he'll purchasing the new mobile numbers from his clients who are that mobile number selling. So these are the new mobile numbers. So he want to compare from these new mobile numbers, what are the new mobile numbers he got it. From that he want to compare that, is there any mobile number which is already existing in my old data set. For example, just for your understanding, if you see this is a 82974477, this is a one number where I already have it in my old data set also. This is another number, 886816, whatever. So this is also already available here. And this three numbers. Now, total three numbers are already available in my old data set, and remaining all are the new mobile numbers. Okay, but however he purchased all these mobile numbers, so he want to know in the purchase one how many mobile numbers in this total 27, I guess. In this total 27 mobile numbers, how many of them are duplicate? For example, like here if you see. Yeah, here, what are the mobile numbers it is here? Same thing I'm showing here. This is the three mobile numbers. These are duplicate. Duplicate means what? It is there in the old table and also new one. And I want another list of mobile numbers where which are the unique mobile numbers. Unique means what? Like in this 27, this three are the duplicate, and remaining from 27 minus 3, the 24. The remaining 24 mobile numbers I want to get it as a. These are the new mobile numbers actually. So these are the two outputs we require. Either the requirement is clear from this data set.
Yes.
But with the comparison with this old data set, we need to get that whether how many of them are old mobile numbers, how many of them are new one. With respect to this data set, we need to compare with the old data set, and we need to get the requirement is clear. Like Girish is going to explain us how it can be done in the MS Access. See, as an Excel user, I can do it in Excel. As a typical Excel user, what exactly we do is we'll keep all the mobile numbers in the one column. Right now, it is in the 5 different columns that all the table related, or it is in the 5 columns. We'll try to make it all in the one column, and this 3 columns also will make it in another column, another one column itself. Then we'll compare this with this. We'll write some VLOOKUP or index or some formula. We'll write it. We'll try to get it whether it is already available or not available. On top of the VLOOKUP, we'll write the if formula something, and we'll get that answer. But the problem here is the data is not sitting in the one column. It is in the multiple columns. Just for the argument's sake, I have taken in the 5 columns, but he's maintained in the 50 columns, and the number of rows also. Each one column they'll be having the 10 lakhs rows. Nothing but column 1 10 lakhs records, column B 10 lakhs, column C 10 lakhs, and so on. Nothing but if I need to append all this 5 columns into one place, I cannot do it because maximum number of rows in Excel in any sheet it is a 10 lakhs 4576 only. So that is the problem. So that solution Girish is going to show us. So Girish, I'm stopping my screen sharing. Like, please share your screen and show us.
Sure, Karthik. Yeah.
Yes, before you start, like, let us know if you have any questions on the requirement.
Understood.
Understood, right? Okay, great. Great.
I am opening the same Excel file, okay, where Karthik has shown you.
Yeah.
Okay. Here I have two different data sets, right? We will call it as this is a old data set and this is a new data set. My outcome should be what are the duplicates between these two tables. These records I need to get, and the next outcome should be the unique values from the new table. Okay, I mean to say not duplicated values. It should come over here. Okay, this is the outcome we need to get it. First of all, whatever you want to do in Access, you need to import the data, right? Okay, I'm going jumping into the Access application. Okay, earlier we did import, right? How did we did? Create, I mean to say external data, new data source from file, Excel, right?
Yeah.
Browse. Okay, now I'm choosing that other Excel. Yeah, this is my file, source file. Click open. I need to import into a new database, right? I mean to say new table, right? That is the reason first option I have selected. Click OK.
Okay.
See, it is showing some error. Earlier, I was able to, in earlier example, I was able to easily imported the data, right? Now I'm getting error. What it is telling is the first row contains some data that can be used for valid access field names. In this case, the wizard will automatically assign valid field names.
Okay.
What it is telling is actually, for example, if you take in Excel also, if you create any table, there should not be a duplicate name, right? In the table.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, I'm opening the Excel file. See, in this first table, I'm having column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, in the new table also, I'm having the column 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm trying to import the data into Access from this sheet, not from this table, right? That is the reason it is thinking that there is a duplicate column names. Column 1, 2 times it is present. Column 2, 2 times it present. Column 3, 3 times, 2 times it is there. That is the reason it is throwing an error. But actually, if you open the Excel file, this table is different, this table is different, right? In earlier example, when we import the data, whatever the data present in that particular sheet, we imported, right? Okay, I'm clicking on OK. See, it is showing that column 1, this is the data. If I click on the left scroll bar, I mean to say I'm moving right side. See, it is showing column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. After that, it is showing as a field 7, field 8. I should not import the data like this to my Access, right? I can't do anything, right? Okay, that is the reason I'm canceling this option. I don't want to do like this. Okay, here in this case, I have a small data. What I will do is I will do copy, Control C. Okay, are you able to see my screen, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You copied the table one.
Yes. Yeah, I copied the table, the old data.
Yeah,
I'm shifting to Access application. This we will call it as a navigation pane. Right click on the navigation pane. Here the paste symbol is enabled, right? Click on this paste. See, it is giving a one message that does the first row of your data contains column headings? I have the column headings also, right?
Yes.
When I'm copying.
Yes.
That is the reason I'm clicking on S. See, it is telling that all objects were imported successfully. Click on OK. See, it is showing as a sheet 1. If I open the sheet 1, I'm able to see column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Could you just repeat this?
Sorry.
Could you just repeat this one?
Yeah, table 2 we are going to do the same thing,
Yeah,
so
same,
it will
yeah.
be repetition.
Okay. Yeah, I'm copying the new second table, selecting the complete table, Control C. Okay, going back to the Axis, right click on the navigation pane, click on paste. See, it is asking a question that do you have the column headings or not? It is there, right? That is the reason I'm selecting it as a S. It is giving an one more message that all objects were imported successfully. Click OK. See, now one more table got created. It is showing as a sheet 1, 1.
Yeah.
See,
It
it
cannot
has
be
column 1,
duplicate.
2, 3. Yeah, it cannot be duplicate, right? That is the reason it is appending a 1. If I do one more time paste, it will give sheet 1, 2, something like that. It is going to provide.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Actually, in this case, I don't prefer copy pasting. It has a small data, right? A small data set. That is the reason I did copy paste. But in real case scenario, Karthik said that I have a 10,000 records in each and every column and having a 50 columns like that, right? In that case, I can't copy paste, right? This is a small data set. That is the reason I did a copy paste. I have showed to how to create a table in a simplest way. But I'm going to go in another pattern. Just I'm going to close this 2 tables. I'm deleting as well. Okay, to just select it, delete, yes, or else right click and you can delete. Okay, delete it. Okay, it got deleted. Now, if you want to have a solution for that, what you need to do is you need to create 2 different sheets. Okay, which is having this data in on one sheet, this data in another sheet. Okay, how to create it? Just I'm going to take a new workbook, or else you can create a sheets over here also, not an issue. Click on plus symbol. I'm copying this data. Sorry, go to sheet 2, paste it. One more sheet. I'm taking another copy. Go to sheet 3, enter. Okay, this is my new data. This is my old data. Okay, just I'm saving this same Excel file. Okay, now I will try to import new data source from file Excel.
So the
Select.
formats have changed in the new sheets which we have created.
Okay, it's a small column, right? That is the reason it is showing like that. If I do autofit, it will show the same thing.
Column width is not same.
Okay.
1 second.
Values are same. Values are same. Yeah. Column width is greater.
Column width is small, right? That is the reason it is showing in a different format. Okay, I'm saving this Excel.
But column names can be same between the sheets.
You can change it. Whatever you want, you can place it. Not an issue.
It can be the same in this scenario. It can be different also. No problem.
No problem for us.
Okay.
Okay, I'm selecting. I have selected the same file. Okay, import the source data into a new table in the current database. Click OK. Okay, see earlier, did you able to see this option? Now I'm able to see. See, it is asking that show worksheets, show name ranges. Okay, in this case, I have a new data sheet, old data sheet.
Correct.
Earlier, in an earlier example, we have only one sheet. That is the reason this question was not available at that time.
Correct.
But in this case, I have a multiple sheets in my workbook, right? That is the reason it is asking that from which sheet you are planning to import the data.
Okay.
Okay. Or else, if you want, you can create a name ranges and you can select the name ranges as well. Whatever you want, you can do it. In this case, I want to import data from the sheets. Here, I'm selecting the old data first. See, old data, all the columns which are present in that old data, it is showing up. Click on the next. Okay, next. I don't want to add any primary key. No, next. Okay, here I want to call this is a table, right? TBL underscore old.
TBL
data.
just for our understanding.
For
that
understanding
it is a
purpose,
table.
I'm keeping it. Okay, here I mentioned as a TBL underscore old underscore data. I'm telling that my table name is table old data. This table is having the old data. Okay, just click on finish.
Correct.
Just close it. See, this table got created. I'm able to see the data over here. Like that, I need to do for the new data as well, right? New data source.
Correct.
From file, Excel. I'm going to select that Excel file. Click open. Here, import the source data into a new table. Click OK. Now I'm selecting the new data sheet. Okay. Click on next. 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 I don't want to add any primary key. Next. Here, the same pattern I'm going to use. tbl underscore new. Instead of world, I'm providing it as a data. Click on finish. Just click on close. See, my new data got created. Old data is also created. Okay. In Excel, what we are going to do, we need to merge all this column data into one column, right?
Correct.
In Excel also we will do. Here also we need to do the same thing only. Okay, just I'm closing this. Okay, to make, for example, I'm opening only one data set. I mean to say one table. Here I am having a column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns are there. I need to convert this 5 columns data into one column, right?
Correct. Correct.
For that, we need to create a query. Queries means SQL queries, SQL. Okay,
Okay.
structured query language. If you want to talk with any database, any databases, we need to use a SQL language. Okay.
Yes.
How to write a SQL
But-
in Axis? Yeah, Karthik.
Okay. Okay. And nothing but like if someone is not aware about the SQL, like how they are going to work out.
Yeah, in Axis, there is an advantage. I'm going to show here. It is a query design is there, right? If you click on query design, here it is going to ask that by just selecting the field names, automatically you can write your queries.
Oh.
By using UI itself, you can do it.
Oh, with the UI itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. But in this case, I want to go ahead with a SQL query, writing a SQL query. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, to write a SQL query, we need to have some environment, right? For example, if you want to write a macro code in Excel, you will open a VBA editor, right? Alt F11.
Correct.
Then you will create a module. In that module, you are going to write a code, VBA code. Like that,
Correct.
if you want to write any SQL query, right? How to do that is go to create tab. Here query design is there, right? Click on this query design. Just close this show table. Right click this on query 1, make it as a SQL view. Here you can write your SQL query and you can execute your query and you can see the outcome. Okay. Here it is a small, I am going to open a notepad and I am going to write a query over there. After that, I will paste it over here and I will show it to you. Okay. Just I'm opening a notepad.
So any specific reason, Girish, why you're writing in the notepad?
Actually, this editor, I can't zoom it. For your case, I can zoom and I can show it.
Yeah.
Okay. But normally, it's a very small text and you can't zoom and you can't do it. That is the
For
reason.
visibility purpose.
Yeah, visibility purpose, I'm doing it. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Clear.
Select. I'm writing a select statement. Okay. What I'm going to do is, here I'm going to the table. Select. What is a column I need to get? First, I would like to club all these 5 columns into one column, right? First, first I will write select column 1, COLUMN. Whatever the field name present, you need to write the same thing over here. Column 1 from. Okay. From which table? TBL underscore old underscore data. Right. What I'm telling is select column 1 from TBL underscore old underscore data. This is my table name. Just I'm taking this, copying the text, pasting it over here. Okay, there is a design tab. When you get into the SQL view, right, you will get a design tab over here. In this, you will see run. Okay, if you click on this run, right, whatever the SQL query or you have written over here, that will be executed and you will get the outcome. See, we'll see what is the outcome we are going to get. See, whatever the data present in the column 1, we are able to see.
Oh, okay. So nothing but that SQL query is asking that from the table, give me only column 1. Correct?
Yes.
If I want to see column 1 and 2,
yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, if you want to see side by side like in the table, just column 1 comma column 2, COLUM column 2.
Okay.
Just I'm taking this, copying, I'm going back to my SQL view.
Fine.
I'm overwriting my code over here. Just I'm clicking on run. See, 2 columns I'm able to see. But in my situation, I need to append the data, right? Column 2 data has to be appended in the column 1. Right. For that, what I need to do is, again, I'm going back to SQL view. I'm opening the notepad. Here, instead of writing column 2 over here, okay, I'm copying the same line, pasting one more time Okay. Here, instead of column 1, I'm making it as a column 2. In between these two lines, you need to write one more keyword, that is union all. Okay. That means what I'm telling is select a column 1 from table, this table. After that, making union. That means nothing but append. Okay.
Append. Okay.
What is the data you need to append? Select a column 2 from table old data. See, we'll see whether I'm going to get my outcome. Paste it, just run. See, earlier I have only 9 records. Now I'm having 18 records. See, one of 18 records are there.
Yeah.
Earlier I have only 9 records. If I go to my table, see how many records are there? 9 rows. That means 9 rows in each column I'm having. Now I measure 2 columns, right? That is the reason I'm able to see 2 columns data over here. Okay. In this table, I have a 5 columns, right? What you need to do? Just copy the last 2 lines, paste it for multiple times. Okay. Here.
So we can't do in single lines, like select column 2, comma column 3, column 4, like
No.
this.
If you
He was
do
showing
like
it, like if you write it. Yeah.
If you do like that, right?
Sorry,
You will.
your voice is actually breaking. Yeah.
So it will look like a normal table. If you write column 1, comma column 2, column 3, it will look like a table only. But my outcome should be one after the other, right? Column 1 data. After that, it should append the column 2 data. That is the reason the append is over here is nothing but union all. Okay.
But whether the union all works for all format or only for number format?
Anything. Just what I'm doing is just I'm merging the one column with another column. I'm not checking the what is the data present in that column. Just I'm merging the fields. Okay. I'm copying this now.
Okay, it will not check the format. Just add that first column and it will append the data of the
second. Yes.
Yeah. So if you observe, there is a column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing but we are appending one after the other. All the 5 columns we are appending.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, can we use this union all for appending tables also instead of just columns?
Yes.
Or directly Excels?
Sorry, come again.
So instead of first you showed us how to append different sheets, right? In Excel.
Yes.
So can we use it? So can we use this query to do that?
Actually, in this case, what I'm doing, I'm having the data in the one of the table. To get the outcome, I'm using the union all. But in the earlier scenario, I don't have a data in my Axis. I'm importing data from Excel to Axis, right? That is a different scenario. This is a different one, right? In this case, in the table world, already I am having all the data, 5 columns data is there. But my outcome should be in 1 column. Instead of 5 columns, I should be able to see in 1 column. That is the reason here I'm using the union all.
Okay, so if you have data in different tables in Access, so then we can use union all to combine those two.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see in the next. Okay, here I have added the 5 columns over here, right? I'm going to run. We'll see my outcome. What is my outcome? See, now I got 45 records.
I think here we should be very careful. If I write the sorry Girish, like in the query, I think we should be very careful. If we forget to write the column 5 name, like if that 4 or 5, what are the name? If we miss that, if we keep the column 2 and column 2 twice, so it will append the 2 times instead of appending the column 3. Correct?
Yes.
I mean to say that like column 3, we forgot to change it to 3. The 2 only we have it. Nothing but that column 2 is going to append twice instead of column 3. Correct?
Yes.
So
whatever the query you have written, the same data will be coming out. Okay. Yeah. This is a one-time effort you need to do. Okay. Next time onward, just you need to import the data into the tables. Outcome will be coming. Just click off refresh. Okay. This is a one-time effort you need to provide. For example, in this case, I have only 5 columns. That is the reason I have repeated the same code for 5 times. If you have a 50 columns, you need to do for 50 columns like this. You need to create a query. Okay. Here, my query outcome is showing like this, right? What is the column header? It is showing as a column 1.
Correct.
But it is representing a wrong way, right? If you go to the table, it is showing as a column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in my query outcome, it is showing as a column 1. It is giving some wrong impression, right? I want to change the column 1 as something else. it's a mobile
Okay.
numbers, it's a numbers, right? Or else it's
Yeah.
a new data or
Old
something like that,
Old
whatever you
mobile
want.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm going to do is here after column 1 I will mention it as okay.
Okay.
I will provide the name for that column. Okay, mobile
Okay.
numbers, for example, mobile numbers. Okay, my field
Old
name is a
mobile
mobile
numbers.
numbers. Okay, old mobile numbers, old mobile numbers. Okay, why I have used the square brackets is I'm giving the spaces in between the text, right? That is the reason to make complete text as one item. I used the square brackets over here. Okay, now I am copying the code, going back to query 1, SQL view, deleting the existing code, pasting it over here. Just click on run. See, now it is showing as a old mobile numbers.
Correct. Right.
So far, are we
Output is the
clear?
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
output
Yeah.
is same.
Clear.
Just we
Yeah.
changed the column name. I mean to say field name, we
Correct.
changed it.
Yeah. Correct.
Any questions so far?
None.
Okay, I'm going to save this query. Okay, right click on the query, save it. Here earlier for tables we have given prefix as a TBL, right? Here I'm going to take it as a QRY. Okay, this is old data, right? Old numbers, NUMBERS, old mobile numbers. Okay, old numbers. Click on OK. See, before clicking OK, see this navigation pane. It is showing as a tables. Under tables heading, below are the 3 tables. Okay, if I click on OK, see the difference over here. See, it got created one more queries header. Under that queries, whatever the query name you have provided, it is going to show up over here. Okay, whenever you change the data in this table, right, automatically this query will be updated. No need to do anything. When you need to change is whenever any new column got added into your table, or else one column got deleted, then only you need to append this query. I mean to say modify the query, otherwise not required. Just it's a refresh, just open, it will be updated automatically. Okay, the same thing we need to do for the new numbers as well, right? I'm closing this as well. Okay, one more time doing for the new numbers. Create query design, just close this show table, right click on the query 1, click on the SQL view. Okay, go to notepad, okay, one more time I'm going to write the code. SCLE select column 1 from TBL underscore new underscore data. Let me check whether I'm going to get my output or not. Okay, paste it, run. See, I'm getting the data, 9 records. Okay, go to SQL view one more time, go to notepad. Here I have a 3 columns, right? Enter union all. I'm copying the same 2 records, I'm pasting it over here. Here instead of 1 I will make it as 2. Here instead of 1 I will make it as 3. I have 3 columns, right? That is the reason only 3 statements it is there. Just I'm copying all these 3 code, control A, control V, control V, run it. See, I'm able to see 27 records which are coming from the new table. Okay, here also I need to change the column 1 to something else, right? What we need to do here, after column 1, as in square brackets, you need to mention that new mobile numbers. So far, are we clear? I'm copying this code, going back to my query editor, remove the existing code, pasted the new code, click on run. See, now it is showing it as a new mobile numbers. I need to save this query, right? right click, save. Here QRY underscore new underscore numbers. Click on OK. So far, are we clear? What we did so far is just we have imported the data to the new data. I mean to say new data table and the old data table. Old data table having a 5 columns and the new data table having a 3 columns. We merged these 3 columns into one column in the new table. In the old table, converted that 5 columns into a one column. If you want to see the data, here queries are there, right? Just click on this query. You will able to see the data. So far, are we clear? If we are good, we'll go to next step.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Here, what we need to do, if I want to compare these two data sets, I need to have it both the tables data into one table. I mean to say in one column, right? Then only I can compare, right? Whether it is a duplicate or else it's unique. Like that, I need to compare, right?
Yes.
For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more query. Create query design SQL view. Okay.
So we don't have to close the other queries before
Not required.
proceeding.
Not required. If you want, you can close it. Otherwise, it's not an issue.
Okay.
Okay. Select. Here, I need to club the outcome of QRY underscore new underscore numbers with QRY underscore old underscore numbers, right? I need to club these two. Okay. Here, in these two queries, I have only one column, right? If you see in the query underscore new underscore number, I have only one column. In this also, I have only one column. Okay. Here, what I'm going to do is select star from QRY underscore new underscore numbers. Okay, same like union all select star from QRY underscore old underscore numbers. Okay, I'm copying this code. Star means nothing but whatever
So
the
we are
columns
trying to
present
club
in this.
both the.
Yeah, yes.
So we are trying to club that both the queries into one query, correct?
Yes, yes. See,
Our objective is to identify the new numbers, whether it is already present in existing numbers or not, or find the unique numbers.
we are going to do before going to do that. We need to have everything in one column, right? If you want to compare what are the duplicates and what are the unique values, it should be in one column, right? To find out the duplicates.
Yeah.
That is the reason I merged over here the two queries. Okay. Here, if you see, it is showing as a my new mobile numbers. But actually, this query has a two old numbers and the new numbers. But the column name it is showing as a new mobile numbers. Why? Because in my query, when I have written my query, the first query I have taken as a new. That is the reason the field name what is present in that query it is showing like that. In this case, I want to change it. If you want, you can change it as like that. You can modify it. Okay. Okay. Here I'm going to save this query. Save QRY underscore all records, all mobile numbers, all numbers. I'm making it as a all numbers. Okay. Okay. Here, if you want to change this name, right? In that case, what you need to do? You need to write the name over here. Okay, leave it. No issue. Okay, I'm closing this windows now. Everything. If you run all numbers, you will get complete all the numbers which are present. 72 numbers are there. Here, I would like to find out the duplicate numbers. How many duplicate numbers are there? Okay. For that, go to create. Here, so far we have seen the query design, right? Instead of query design, go to query wizard. Okay. Here, find duplicate query wizard. Okay. Click on OK. Here below there is a called view. It is asking that you want to do from tables, queries, or from both. Okay, see, when I select the table, it is going to show all the tables present in your database. If I select queries, it is going to show all the queries present in the queries uh, in the current database. For both means it is going to club all the objects. Okay, in this case I'm going to select queries. Whatever you want, you can select it. I want to find out the duplicates, right? That is the reason just I'm selecting the all numbers over here. Click on next. Okay, the field name in this query, I have only one field, right? The same field it is showing up over here. Just click it, select that only, click on next. Okay, it is giving some name. Okay, if you want, you can ignore like this, otherwise you can change the name, or else QRY duplicates. Click on finish. See, it is showing that these three numbers are duplicated. How many times it got repeated is, it is for 2 times, it is for 2 times, it is for 2 times. See, I'm going to my Excel. See, these are the three numbers, right? Duplicated values. The same thing it is showing in the my axis as well. It is showing that how many times got repeated also it is showing up.
Correct. Yeah, this is great.
Okay, for example, if you want to see the name, for example, here how many times it got repeated, it is showing. For example, if you want to have a with the column name from where it got repeated, if you want to do, we need to do in that query, we need to add another column as well. This number from where we are getting, like that we need to add it. As of now, my outcome should be what are the duplicate values, right? We are getting it. Okay, here I need to get the unique list, right? How to get unique list is, just go to query wizard one more time, find unmatched query wizard is there, right? Click on this, click OK. Here just go to queries. Instead of tables, you need to go to the queries only. Why? Because in our tables we have a multiple columns, right? But in our query we have only one column. That is the reason we need to select the columns or queries over here. Here uh, here what it is asking is, which table or query contains records you want in the query result. I want to get unique list which are not duplicated from the new, right? That is the reason I need to select the query new numbers. Click on next. Okay, to with I need to check, I need to compare the new data with the old data, right? That is the reason in this case I need to select the old numbers. Okay, click on next. What we need to check, here the fields in the query new numbers, this is the field name. Fields in query old numbers, this is the field name. Just we need to verify with these two fields only, right? Click on next. Okay, we have only one field, just click on this next. If you want, you can change the query name, or else just click on the finish. See, I got the 24 records now. You can verify with your Excel. In Excel also we have 24 records. These are the 24 records. In Access also I'm getting the 24 records. Okay, whenever you got any new data, right, just you need to append the data over here. That's all. New data, old data, just run these two queries, you will get an outcome. Okay.
Yeah. So suppose if it is a daily task, right? Daily numbers get updated, and it's a daily task. So what process I need to follow? So should I again create a new table and then run
Not
the query?
required. Just you can update the data over here, right? Append the data.
Okay.
Here you can delete the records. You can append it.
I can delete directly and
Yes,
paste
yes,
it. Directly.
yes.
You're saying
Yeah,
paste
yeah.
it, or how it is?
Just select all the rows, delete it. For example, I am going to show you. Just I'm closing all the tables over here. I would like to delete the old data. Okay, I'm deleting my old data. I have deleted 9 records. Click on S. For example, I'm going to save this. Close it. If I query duplicates, nothing will be there because there is no data, right, to compare. I'm getting the 27 records. Why? Because in the new table I have a 27 records. It is giving. Okay. Now I would like to, already my table got created over here. I mean to say old data is there. I need to append the new data. Just right click, import, Excel. It is there, right? Append a copy. to old data, select that Excel file, open, click OK. See, earlier someone asked, right, do we need to really close the objects before importing? See, I got an error. Why? Because this table got open, right? It is asking that, do you want to save the changes and close the table? Yes, of course. Okay. Now I need to import the old data, right? I'm going to select the old data, click on next, next, finish. Script, subscript out of range, something. Some issue, I think. Old data. Click on that Excel.
Girish, are you on mute?
No, I think.
No. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. Old data. Click on next. It should upload the data. Some issue is coming, but actually you can able to import the data whenever you got new data, right? Just you can
Sir,
import the data. Sorry.
Sir, what I observed is like when you deleted the records, there are only 3 columns in old data, but when you're importing, there are 5 columns.
Is it? No, 5 columns are there.
In old data. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Maybe I missed it.
Okay, no issue. Yeah. Here I'm going to new data source. Once again, I will do Excel. It's old data. Browse the same file. Copying from old data. Click on next. Some issues coming, but actually you can able to import the data over here automatically. Whenever you run the items, right, it will work. See, I copy pasted the data. I did the copy pasted data. Just saved it. Close it. Just run the query duplicates. See, again it is showing up 24 records. Okay. By this way, whenever you got a new data, right, just you need to import the data into this particular 2 tables. That's all. Automatically, already you have written the queries, right? No need to change anything each and every time. Just you need to run. You can see the data. If any, when you need to change the query is if any new column got added or else existing column got deleted in that particular table, right? Then only you need to append. Why? Because in the queries you have written that till only 5 columns. If any new column is coming up in the table, right, it won't support. That column will be ignored. Okay, for that case only just you need to modify it, otherwise it's not required.
So we can copy paste from Excel to Access?
Yes, just now I did, right? Just I did a copy paste because it's a small data, right? I did it. You can do it.
Okay. So, and you were saying that if we don't write SQL code, the query, there is another option also?
Yes, yeah, I'll show you. Okay. Go to create. Here query design is there, right? Query design. Okay. Here we have a transactional data, right? For example, I'm selecting the transactional data. Click on add. Just close it. Here, whatever the fields present in this transactional data, it is going to show everything over here. Okay. For example, here, if I double click on this, it is adding one thing. If I click on run, it is similar to the transactional data. Whatever the data present in the transactional data, the query outcome is also same. For example, if you see here 6425 records are there. If I open the transactional data also, you will have 6425 records. But for example, I want to see only related to gender male or else female, for example. Okay. What you can do is go to query. Just I'm closing it. go to design view, not the SQL view. Earlier we went into the SQL view and we have written the query, right? Instead of that thing, now go to design view over here. Here I'm going to select gender, double click. In this gender, I would like to give the criteria. Are you able to see my screen clearly or else?
So it is slow.
Slow, okay. See here, I have added a gender over here. In that criteria, I'm selecting it as a M. I'm typing M over here.
Okay.
Okay, that means whatever the gender related to M, just I want to show only those records. Click on run. See, earlier we have around 6,000 something it is there, right? Now it is showing only 3,219 records. In the transactional, I mean to say, in this column, only M related information is showing up.
Okay,
See,
sir.
gender. Okay. If you
And
want
the
to see the
previous,
query, yeah, if you want to see the query of that this record, right? Right click on this query, go to SQL view. See, this is a query. If you know query, you can write it. Otherwise, you can do by using the selections over there.
Okay. So for the first thing in which you showed us how to write the query, the same thing, how will we do it in this way, sir?
Sorry.
Like in the first case, you showed us how to write the query by itself, SQL code.
Yes, yes.
So can you show the same example with this way, in this way?
Yeah, this is a query, right? The same query.
No,
It
she's
got written
talking
for you.
about design view, query design view.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Create query design. Okay. Here you need to add a table, right? First of all, you need to add tables. I'm taking a new data set, add, close. Here I'm selecting only column 1.
Okay.
Okay. Here, if I run, only one column data is coming up, right? Go to design view back. Here, union option is there, right? Click on this union query. See, it went into SQL view now. You need to write it over here because these are the advanced item.
Okay, sir.
For example, if it is a simple things, you can write it directly over there. I mean to say, if I go to design view here by using a criteria, min, max, if you want to do directly, you can write it. For example, in this mail also, if you want to get some other items only. Transactional data. For example, if it is related to only state AL, okay, go to query. Here, select the state. Okay, provide the criteria as AL tab. Go to the design tab, click on run. See, only 55 records are showing up. No need to learn the SQL query, right? In this case, directly it is showing up. Simple queries. I mean to say, select statements, default select statements, and normal queries you can write by using the design view. Okay.
Sir, can you repeat, sir? I missed out, sir, please.
Which one? This one? Transactional data?
Instead of selecting SQL view, you showed some how to do transactional, something. See, instead of me writing an SQL
yeah, okay, got it. Just I'm closing this editor, reopening one more time. Okay, I will do it. In the transactional data, I have 6,425 records are there. In this, I want to see only state AL related records. Okay, go to the create. Here, query design is there, right? Click on the query design. Okay, select the table transactional data. Click on add. Okay, close this window. If you want to see all the records, just click on the star symbol. Okay. After that, in the state AL, which are related to state AL, I want to see only those records. Just double click on the state. In this criteria, provide that state code AL. Just run it. Okay. See, now 147 records are there because I'm able to view only the records related to AL state. If I want to add one more criteria, just go to the design view and you can add how many criteria you want, you can add it. For example, from here also you can select it. whatever the items are presented over here, here also it will be available. For example, in this case, I'm going to select gender. In this case, female. Okay, F. Run. See, now 92 records are there. Like this, you can, if you want to see the SQL query, instead of writing SQL query, we have used the design view, right? If you want to see what is the query it has written, right click on this query one, go to the SQL view. You can able to see. I'm copy pasting in the notepad so that you will be able to see clearly. See, this is the query. What we are telling is select star. That means from this table, complete data, where transactional data state and gender is equal to AL and female. This is the query actually we need to write. But instead of writing this query, by using the design view, we have created. Is it okay?
Okay, you will go to design and you will go to the design view, right?
Whenever you open a query, right, I mean to say, go to the create query design. By default, it will be in the query design mode only.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions?
Today's class is only on MS Access, no, sir?
Only these two topics we thought to cover.
Yeah.
Karthik? Yeah, Karthik, I'm done with my items.
Okay, great. Thanks, Girish. That was really insightful. Like the problem which you are facing in Excel, like you shown very easy way. So I think like all the people understood what you explained. Guys, like if you have any questions, feel free to ask Girish. He'll answer it. Otherwise, we can wrap up for today.
Hi, sir.
The third option will link to some data.
Third option, okay.
Will it link to existing data source? So that if you modify anything in the source data, will it be happening?
Yes.
Okay, but okay.
Just to go to new data source from file, Excel. Okay. Here, I would like to, okay, first of all, need to select a file, right, where you want to import the data. For example, I'm taking a raw data 2019, open, import the, here, third option, link to the data source by creating a linked table. What is mean by linked table? Okay, we will call it as a linked table. Okay, I'm clicking on OK. The same options will come up. 2019 data, right? Just 2000 data 2019 data underscore 2019. Click finish. Okay, it is giving an one message that finish linking table data underscore 2019 to this particular file. Okay, click OK. See here earlier, if you observe, whenever I imported the data, right, it is showing it as a some table icon. But now in this case, it is showing an Excel icon. Why? Because you linked data with Excel. That is the reason it is showing an Excel. If you are linked with Access, it will show an Access icon. If you are linking with the Oracle, it is going to show in a different way. Okay, when I place my cursor over on this icon, it is showing some text, right? Sheet 1 in that particular Excel workbook, the data is showing up over here.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. If you open this table, you will able to see everything. Okay. But what is the difference between this table and this table is, this table is here. You can't modify anything over here. Why? Because this is a linked table. Okay. Whatever the data you are modifying in that particular Excel, you can able to see over here. It's a one-way direction. Whatever the data present in that Excel, you can able to view over here. On top of this, you can write your queries and you can do whatever you want. But the data, actual data present in that Excel, not in Axis. But in earlier example, we imported data.
Just creating a connection.
Sorry.
Hello.
And moreover, the file should be present in the path, right?
Yes.
You cannot change the
path. If you want, you can change it. There is a way to change that, and you can we can do it. It's not a problem.
We can map again.
Yes. If you want to map again, right here, if you see linked table manager option is there, right, in external data, click on this. You will able to see all these files. I mean to say all the links over here. select this. Here, click on OK. If the connection is correct, then it will automatically execute. If the connection is not there, right, that means the folder name got changed, something else. In that case, it is going to throw one pop-up. In that, you need to select it. Okay, just click on cancel. See, I can't modify anything. For example, if you see, I want to modify this from F to M. I can't do anything.
Okay.
Okay. For example, if it is in a transactional data,
what is the use of?
See, I can able to change it.
What is the?
Yes, tell me. What is the use?
So, what is the use of linking the table in this way?
For example, you want to do some reporting, but don't want to import the data. For example, multiple people are working on Excel. You want to take that data without importing data into Access. You need to perform some actions. In that case, you can create a link. In this case, there will be no data present in Access. Data is present in Excel that can be viewed over here. On top of it, you can write your queries and you can perform whatever you want. But original data is present in Excel.
Okay.
In earlier case, we have imported, right? That means we are taking a copy of the Excel data and storing in Access. There is no connection between that Excel and Access after that, once we're done with the import.
Okay.
Hi sir, this is Mohan.
Yeah, Mohan.
Yeah, I'm working with the queries while working continuously. In 2016, I have faced that the enough memory for design view to display, like these errors I am getting. So how to clear the cache or any clipboard options for that one? I'm continuously copy pasting the data.
Okay, actually you will have a temporary folder, right? In the temporary folder for MS Access, it will be created one folder. You need to delete it and you need to work on. Then cache will be completely deleted.
Okay. Hi Kathy sir. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, I have one question for in macros. While same thing, I'm importing the data for multiple sheets through macro. The Excel will be automatically closing and opening in the recovery mode. This issue we are facing for in 2016 version. So
So this is Access 1. Like, don't mind. Like, just post the
okay.
query in WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Like, you can personally message me. I'll answer it. So
Okay,
this is
thank
Access 1. So let's make it only Access related queries.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I think like thanks Kirish. Like you, it is very pretty clear. Like you explained very well. Definitely our audience make use of this training and they'll use MS Access also in their work. And apart from the Access, you also shown us that SQL, that bonus one. So that's really great. That was really cool. The simple queries, it is select star, select column name from this table. So that SQL looks like a simple one in this. I mean, because of your explanation, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, shall we wrap up for now? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks to.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll be uploading this video in the YouTube, so you can watch again if you have any queries. Okay. Thank you all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.